Welcome. This is the Wendy Maness Show, and it is brand new. And I say brand new because I just found out about it 2 months ago, and you're finding out about it today. So it's kind of, we're just kind of going week by week, and we are going to talk about restaurants, live music, lodging, what you can do for fun here in Anderson, Morgan, Roane County, because it's summertime. And it's time to get out and see the area that you live in. And I know that sometimes you want to do things locally because it's too expensive to travel. And so I'm going to help you with that. And I hope we have fun. And I do want to hear from you guys and what you want to hear as we go week by week and what restaurants are your favorites. And I'm going to tell you how to do that in a little bit. But I want to introduce myself first. I know you've seen me on Alan's show, Between the Lines, and I love politics, but my favorite thing is music. I love live music. I've played live music for a very long time, and some of you may have even seen me right in this very studio when I was with David West Band, which is how I started. And a lot of people still refer to me as Charlene Darlin because that's where they first saw me. So I want to bring my love of music to you guys, and I also love to cook, and I love to find new foods, and I love to support small businesses. So that is the goal of the show, and I just want to reach out and have fun with you guys. So I do want to go and tell you about some live events this week, and so we're going to get into that segment, and then we have a special guest in about 15 minutes that will be from a local restaurant as well. But I was going back to tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up in Mississippi, and I grew up around a small business, which is why I love small businesses. My mom has owned a florist for her whole life, and I grew up supporting small businesses in the restaurants, and then Jonathan and I play live music as well, so we're in and out of those small businesses. And I say small businesses a lot because they are the heart of this city and this county. So let's get into some local events that you can support this week. And each week I will have some local events that are fun. They don't cost a lot, and you don't have to travel far to do them. And the Norris Commons, they have a fantastic concert series, and they have different bands every week, and sometimes they even have two bands. And this week they are going to have, it'll be June 2nd at 7 p.m. They're going to have the Rebel Mountain Band, and they're a country southern rock. And I know how you guys like southern rock because I go out to all of these restaurants and I hear people, playing Leonard Skinner. And if you don't play Leonard Skinner, they ask you to play Leonard Skinner. So get out and support that. That's a free event right there in Norris Commons. And it starts at 7 p.m., so you're not going to be out too late. Then there's Sundown Saturdays, and this is going to be at Stardust Marina, and you can go to their Facebook to find out who is going to be playing that. But I love going to the marina. It's like you're sitting on the water, you're eating your food, and you get to listen to music. Like, what else can you ask for? It's all perfect. So that starts at 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., so still an early time. And I say early time because, the older I get, the more I do not want to be out past 9 o'clock. It's just, I want to be at home, but I want to have a good time. And so these are some early family-friendly events. The Clinch River Brewing. Now, I have heard this name probably 100 times in the last probably month. I have a lot of friends who go there. They like to go play trivia, and they keep asking me to come play trivia on Thursday nights, but I'm right here with you, and so maybe one night you can throw out some trivia questions and I can try to figure them out. But they have trivia on Thursdays, they have wing night on Wednesdays, and then Friday, June 2nd, they are going to have Cale Carney. And Cale Carney is going to play a mixture of his own music as well as some favorite covers. And you can also find his music on Spotify. So not only is he a local musician, but he is known around the world because he puts it on Spotify and you can stream it. And then Saturday, June 3rd, you can also go to Clinch River Brewing and you can see Crown and Compass. And they also play originals. And a lot of these guys that you see out in these venues, they like to write their own music, but they don't necessarily get to perform their own music. And so sometimes you'll see them out and you may not even realize that they're a songwriter. And we have a lot of songwriters around our area. And then at 201 Cafe and Wine Bar, Friday, June 2nd, you can see Meredith Cable, and that is jazz. And that starts at 8 o'clock. And then on Saturday, June 3rd, you can go by and see the Shades. And then Thursday, June 8th, I'm going to tell you this one because it'll be next week, and you will miss it if I don't tell you now. But that is CJ the Piano Man. And jazz music at 201, it's like one of the greatest venues around to go and listen to jazz. And they're the friendliest, too. When I walked in, I knew nobody. And when I left, I had met 7 people. So that's how friendly they are. And so that's kind of what you can find this week in Norris, Oak Ridge, and surrounding counties. But we're going to take a break right now, and we will be right back.
Daniel Forrester has been recognized as one of East Tennessee's leading attorneys for nearly 2 decades. Civil disputes, criminal defense, divorces, and juvenile custody cases are all part of an impressive resume. Daniel's legal experience also includes representing clients in local, state, and federal courts. A husband and a father, Daniel is a Rule 31 certified mediator who has represented hundreds of families in Chancery Court. Call Daniel Forrester Law Office at 865-457-7900 for a free consultation.
From Oak Ridge, Tennessee, ID3 Global Solutions conducts operations around the world to enhance the U.S. national security posture and minimize radiological and nuclear threats. IB3 Global Solutions. Mission first.
At Navarro, we partner with our clients to advance clean energy and deliver effective solutions for complex challenges in the nuclear and environmental fields.
All right, crew, let's get started. Sure.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Burchfield's is Oak Ridge's premier dining spot. They offer an incredible breakfast buffet that's just $14.95, and it includes your drink. But they also offer eggs Benedict and pound cake French toast. From 4 to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday, Burchfield's offers happy hour specials, including 50% off appetizers and special prices on drinks, plus amazing dinner entrees that are served from 5 to 10 p.m. Enjoy an unforgettable dining experience today at Burchfield's, located inside the DoubleTree Hotel on Illinois Avenue.
And we're back. And now we're going to talk about restaurants, because if you're like me, you like to eat. And a lot of times I see people ask, are there any good places to eat in Anderson County? And then people start naming places like Wendy's, Burger King. And yes, maybe they're good places to eat. They're not places that I prefer to eat. And so I found this list of top 10 restaurants right here in Oak Ridge, and they're places that you can visit. And I bet you've been to some, and if you haven't, like I was going through this list, and I hadn't been to some of them, but I want to try them, because number 1 is Dean's Restaurant and Bakery. And I have heard Dean's raved about for the whole time I've been in Anderson County, and I have never been. So that is number 1 on my list too, to go try this summer. But Dean's, I walk past it and I can smell it, like smell the pies that they have cooking and the hamburgers. I know they have hamburgers because every time I walk by I can smell it. Number 2 is, I know it's a favorite of everyone's, it's Calhoun's. And Calhoun's is a great place to go have pretty much anything you want to eat, but I like their ribs, and also they have a good buffet. Like, they really have a good buffet. Sometimes you can go during lunch and they'll have the buffet out and you'll be able to eat. Number 3 is Aubrey's, and Aubrey's is that is one of my favorites. And if I start talking about what I like to eat there, I'll be stuck on it because I love salads. And my husband has told me that, I could have a whole show talking about salads because that is my favorite food. Some people find it weird. I love it. But that's number 3 on the list. And then, of course, Big Ed's Pizza. Big Ed's Pizza is a staple in this town. And I remember taking my kids there because you can, like, cut the pizza up. But they are amazing. The Soup Kitchen. I love the Soup Kitchen because you can go in, you can get a quick meal. It feels like home when you go in there. And I didn't even realize until I had started working in Knoxville that there's also one in Knoxville. So if you're in that area around, I think it's around Cedar Bluff area and Kingston Pike, you can find another Soup Kitchen right over there. The Gallo Loco, and I know I messed that up, but that is number 6. And I've not been there, but my daughter has, and she raves about the Mexican food there. Now, this is one of my favorites that I'm about to tell you, and it's a hidden gem in Oak Ridge, but it is the Mediterranean Delight. And I don't know if you like Mediterranean food, but if you haven't tried it, you should go by and try it. And if it's right across from the hospital, but you have to go like behind the sports center, and you go the sports therapy center, I call it, and you go back in there, and then you have to drive around, and there's one little table sitting out with a window, and that is where you can find Mediterranean Delight, and it truly is a hidden gem. And that is one of our favorite places to eat. It's Lebanese and Mediterranean food. And then, of course, you have another Mexican, because Mexican food is huge in this area, and it's the El Quintarito Mexican. And I am terrible at speaking Spanish, and if I told you about my whole, like, college class speaking Spanish, you would say, oh my gosh, why is she even trying? But Billy's Timeout Deli, that's also a staple right here in Anderson County. And it's voted the best deli in Oak Ridge. But the number 10 is I Heart Sushi. And I've not eaten there, but I hear that the sushi is absolutely amazing. And you know, there's one place that I was going through this list, and I noticed that it wasn't on there. And my friend and I were talking about like the different places in Anderson County. So I'm going to kind of jump over to Anderson County. But in Clinton, there's one place that I love to go eat, and that is Golden Girls. And I haven't seen it on any list. And Golden Girls it feels like home again. You walk in, everybody knows you, they say hi, and you get that good home cooking that everybody loves. And their chocolate pie is simply to die for at Golden Girls. And I feel like I talk a lot about, when I get to going, I like to talk about food. But, you know, I think about what goes into running these restaurants, and somebody truly has to put their heart into it so that they can serve you. And I'm reminded of this movie that I watched where the lady had a restaurant, and every time she would cry, all of her emotions would go into her food. And I sort of feel like that's when you find a good restaurant, that is what you find, because somebody has to put their heart and soul into that restaurant. And I'll tell you another great restaurant that's a new restaurant here in Oak Ridge is called Fire and Salt. And if you've not been there, you should go to Fire and Salt, because it's a fancy restaurant. So you want to be prepared for waiting and eating a smaller amount and having to order your dishes a little bit differently. But when you walk in, the whole atmosphere just is like it lifts up and everything's bright, and then you eat the food and it's amazing. So we hope to have them on to talk about their food sometime. But we're going to take another break and we'll be right back.
Daniel Forrester has been recognized as one of East Tennessee's leading attorneys for nearly 2 decades. Civil disputes, criminal defense, divorces, and juvenile custody cases are all part of an impressive resume. Daniel's legal experience also includes representing clients in local, state, and federal courts. A husband and a father, Daniel is a Rule 31 certified mediator who has represented hundreds of families in Chancery Court. Call Daniel Forrester Law Office at 865-457-7900 for a free consultation.
From Oak Ridge, Tennessee, IB3 Global Solutions conducts operations around the world to enhance the U.S. national security posture and minimize radiological and nuclear threats. IB3 Global Solutions. Mission first.
At Navarro, we partner with our clients to advance clean energy and deliver effective solutions for complex challenges in the nuclear and environmental fields.
Crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Burchfield's is Oak Ridge's premier dining spot. They offer an incredible breakfast buffet that's just $14.95 and it includes your drink. But they also offer eggs Benedict and pound cake French toast. From 4 to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday, Burchfield's offers happy hour specials including 50% off appetizers and special prices on drinks, plus amazing dinner entrees that are served from 5 to 10 p.m. Enjoy an unforgettable dining experience today at Burchfield's, located inside the DoubleTree Hotel on Illinois Avenue.
And we are back, and we want to thank Burchfield's for being our sponsor tonight. We are so thankful to have them sponsor, and they are an amazing restaurant. Now, I didn't make it all the way down the list, but they are pretty much right under 10. And I got to go there a couple of weeks ago, and they have these fried cheese. I call it fried cheese because it's not a cheese stick, and it's more like a triangle. And I found out that they make them in-house. And it kind of brought back memories of when I got to go to Europe, and I ordered fried cheese, and they literally brought me a big square of cheese like that and had me dip it in marinara sauce, and it was like the best thing ever. So when I went and I saw that, I was like, oh, I know where I'm coming, because this is going to be a fantastic segment. You're going to find out about Burchfield's here, and I have Jane with us right now, and Jane is the food and beverage director. Okay, I wasn't sure which one you wanted me to call, but the food and beverage director of the DoubleTree.
Yes, correct.
That's a pretty big job.
Yes, it is.
So how did you get started in that?
Oh, well, that's a longer story. I actually started out at the DoubleTree 10.5 years ago as a server.
Okay.
And worked my way up.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And are you from this area?
I am. I'm from Clinton.
Oh,
right
so
down
we're
the
from
road.
the same area. Yes. Well, so do you know, how did Burchfield's get its name? Because I know we saw the DoubleTree and then Burchfield's. So
Yes.
is it a family name?
Actually, it's named after our old general manager, Sandy Burchfield.
Okay.
So she was the general manager there for a long time. I want to say maybe 20 years, something like that. So they, our company decided to name the restaurant after her.
Oh, what a great tribute.
Yeah.
And I know y'all have a buffet. I saw that on the
Yes.
screen just a minute ago. What times is the buffet from?
So we have a breakfast buffet every day of the year, 365 days of the year. Monday through Friday is 6 a.m. to 10:30, and then Saturday and Sunday is 7 a.m. to 10:30.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And those are so rare now to come across a buffet because a lot of them shut down during COVID and just
Correct.
never restarted. And y'all
Yes.
decided that that was really good for your business, and so you restarted it.
Definitely.
And so do you have any specials that run, like are there senior citizen specials when there's the buffet or during the day?
We don't have senior citizen specials, but we're one of the only places in Oak Ridge that you can get a breakfast buffet. We run different specials like happy hour specials, and we have nightly chef specials where we switch up all the time. So
Right.
yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Because I know everybody's always looking for a special or some sort of discount,
Yes.
especially in this economy.
Yes.
And do you get a lot of local people that come into your restaurant?
Yes, we do, but that is one thing we're trying to get our name out there, because a lot of people think we're only open to the hotel guests, and that's not true. We welcome everyone for breakfast or dinner, and we'd love to see more locals in there.
And you really should go and check this out, because I'm telling you, the food is fantastic, and the waiters and waitresses, they're so sweet too.
I agree. We have some
And-
great people on our team.
They really are. And do you guys have live events or live music at your venue?
Yes, we do. We also have live jazz, and CJ, the piano man, has also made a few visits at our restaurant as well. And we're open to trying new bands and new entertainers. But we regularly we have jazz at least once a week. So
That's
and
awesome.
We post all of our upcoming live music and events on our Facebook page.
That is awesome, because I love to go in a place and be able to sit, eat, listen to some music, especially jazz.
Yes.
Jazz is really comforting to listen to while you're eating.
Correct.
And you don't have to like go, what did you say? Because it's
exactly.
never too loud. wild.
Yes.
That's amazing. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that's something new I also learned.
Yes.
So when the people stay at the DoubleTree, are there special kind of deals that they get, or is it just the same for everybody?
It's pretty much the same for everyone. Gold and Diamond members do get a $15 credit that they can use.
Okay.
And our Diamond members also get a free drink voucher that they can use in the lounge.
Oh, that's really nice. And so what is your top-selling drink at your lounge? Do you know?
Top-selling drink?
Yeah, like your the favorite one of people.
Probably our Oak Ridge Old Fashioned. So we use a lot of local liquors on our drink menu. So that actually uses Chattanooga whiskey. So we use different distilleries from Knoxville, Chattanooga, Nashville. Try to use Tennessee local brands.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that you also support local.
We're trying, yes.
and that is hard because sometimes it says local, but it's really not made locally.
Yes.
It's like those distilled spirits that are, I forgot what they're called, but they're like not even made here, but they put it together here.
Correct.
And so that's really awesome that y'all are doing that. And so when I go into a restaurant, I like to ask somebody, what do you recommend? If I asked you that question, because often you go into a local restaurant or any restaurant and you don't know what to get. So what do you recommend?
Well, being the food and beverage director, you can imagine that I love food. So it's very hard for me to choose one thing, but I will tell you our most popular entrees are Cajun pasta. So it has shrimp, andouille sausage, crab meat, and Cajun spices, and that's our best-selling entree, and it is very good.
Right. That sounds delicious. I love Cajun food. I feel like every time I have talked about food tonight, I say I love that. But I truly I like all different kinds of foods because I feel like they all, they come from a different place, and then you get to bring that culture in.
Definitely.
And try it.
Yeah.
Is that kind of how you fell in love with food and beverage? Like you just like to cook and taste the different foods?
Yes, I wish I were pickier, but I love all foods. And so...
Hey, you only live once.
Right.
And so I'm kind of like, I could complain about not losing weight, but then I would have to not eat.
Right.
If I really wanted to, I'd have to be like, I can only eat chicken tonight.
Yeah.
And I just don't believe I could do that. So it's kind of like, you have to pick and choose your battles, and the food wins.
Yeah, definitely.
It totally wins. But so you also host events there. Like if someone wanted to rent out your restaurant or a place in the DoubleTree, they could come and rent it out, right? Yes.
So the DoubleTree has a large banquet facility. We can accommodate up to 250, either buffet or plated, hors d'oeuvres. All comes out of the same kitchen as Burchfield's. So we have a great staff on our hands that can make the same great food for a large event or for just a couple people in the restaurant. So.
Oh, I love that. I've been to a couple events there, and they're always amazing, and the food's always delicious.
Thank you.
And the people who serve it are just they're so professional because you hardly even know they're there. They just do their job, come in, and then they're just, I can't explain how great they are.
Thank you so much for saying that. They don't get all the recognition that they deserve sometimes, but we do have a lot of really great people on our staff.
Right. Well, they just got to keep on doing what they're doing because they do. And I was talking to Jonathan about, a lot of people will go into a restaurant and they don't realize how little the staff gets paid and how important tipping is.
Yes.
And I was like, if you go out into a restaurant, you really need to make sure that you are tipping your waiters and your waitresses because
Definitely.
that's how they make their living.
Yes.
And sometimes I think, well, we need to kind of change that so they can get more money. But I'm not the one making those rules.
Well,
So.
me neither, unfortunately.
Yeah. So if you could tell the people one thing about Burchfield to persuade them, maybe they've never been there and they thought about it, but they were like, oh, I don't know. It's like you said, it's in a hotel. How would you persuade them to come to your restaurant?
Mimosas, Bloody Marys. You can get alcohol anytime in the morning at a hotel.
So it's like Europe.
Yes. As far as I know, I know there are a couple other places in Oak Ridge now where you can get mimosas for brunch, but we used to be about the only one. So we do have mimosas, brunch. You know, we have eggs Benedict, waffles. I'm a brunch gal, so
That sounds delicious.
yes.
Sunday brunch still
So, no, not yet. We are going to start it back up. Sunday brunch will be in the works.
We had some stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Sunday brunch. Every time I think about that, there's like the Golden Girls. I think about the Golden Girls show because they never eat breakfast, they always ate brunch. And they would talk about, I'm going to brunch. And so maybe I am getting old because I'm referencing the Golden Girls. But maybe some of you have watched the Golden Girls out there too. I mean, that's a great persuasion that you can get
me in the door.
You could get mimosas for brunch. And I know we're still in the Bible Belt, so sometimes those are hard to find for sure.
It doesn't have to be on the weekend either. You need a mimosa on Monday morning, come on down to Burchfields.
Those Monday mornings, they hit hard, that's for sure.
Yes.
But so on your buffet, what is the crowd favorite on the buffet? When they walk through, what do you have to replace a lot?
Good question. No, it's probably not the oatmeal. The French toast, the biscuits and gravy, of course bacon. You know, we always have bacon and sausage on our buffet, not just one. So really, those, we're constantly filling them up. And then drinks are included on the buffet as well. Throw that out there. For the full breakfast buffet, you can have all you want for $14.95.
$14.95. That is not bad for a breakfast buffet.
Nope.
Because I mean, you can go to Wendy's and spend $14.95 on just like a hamburger, fries, and a drink, but it's not going to be as healthy as your breakfast bar.
Yes.
Especially, it's not going to. I know the bacon's not going to be as crispy.
You can be as healthy or as unhealthy as you want to be.
Yeah. Well, I like to go in and have the eggs and the bacon and hash browns. That's what I like to eat. And I will. If there's a buffet, I'm going to eat a lot of bacon. So I can understand how that is like always gone.
Yes, the bacon we have to refill a lot.
Yes, and I'm going to have to come over there and try those cheese wedges. Is that what you call them?
They're mozzarella wedges. We do make them in house, and yeah, we get lots of compliments on them, so people love them. So,
do you guys make a lot of things in house?
We do. Yes. Again, we just have a great staff.
Shoney's is $12.95 plus a drink.
That's correct.
Shoney's is actually
That's
So,
correct, and we have more on our buffet as well.
I don't know if you can hear, but Alan is over here telling me how much the buffet is at Shoney's, and you got to pay $12.95 plus a drink, which is probably close to $4. So at Burchfield, you're getting a deal with the buffet for $14.95 with a drink.
That's correct.
And this has been so fun talking food.
Thank you so much for having
I wasn't
me.
sure how it was going to turn out, but not with you, but with me. And we'll be back next week, and so tune in, and we're going to talk more about food, live music, and lodging.
Daniel Forrester has been recognized as one of East Tennessee's leading attorneys for nearly 2 decades. Civil disputes, criminal defense, divorces, and juvenile custody cases are all part of an impressive resume. Daniel's legal experience also includes representing clients in local, state, and federal courts. A husband and a father, Daniel is a Rule 31 certified mediator who has represented hundreds of families in Chancery Court. Call Daniel Forrester Law Office at 865-457-7900 for a free consultation.
From Oak Ridge, Tennessee, IB3 Global Solutions conducts operations around the world to enhance the U.S. national security posture and minimize radiological and nuclear threats. IB3 Global Solutions. Mission first.
At Navarro, we partner with our clients to advance clean energy and deliver effective solutions for complex challenges in the nuclear and environmental fields.
All right, crew, let's get started. Sure.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Burchfield's is Oak Ridge's premier dining spot. They offer an incredible breakfast buffet that's just $14.95 and it includes your drink. But they also offer eggs Benedict and pound cake French toast. From 4 to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday, Burchfield's offers happy hour specials including 50% off appetizers and special prices on drinks, plus amazing dinner entrees that are served from 5 to 10 p.m. Enjoy an unforgettable dining experience